Have you ever heard of a creature so bizarre that even its name sounds like a joke? The vampire squid from hell. It sounds like a monster from a bad horror movie, yet it is very real, alive, and dwelling thousands of meters beneath the ocean's surface. The vampire squid is one of the strangest animals ever discovered, a survivor from an ancient lineage that has been drifting in the abyss for more than 300 million years. To put that in perspective, this species was around long before the dinosaurs ever walked the earth. The name alone sets the tone. Vampire squid. You imagine something sinister, blood-drinking, lurking in the shadows with fangs ready to strike. But here comes the first shocking twist. It doesn't drink blood at all. This vampire is a gentle scavenger of the deep. Its diet consists mostly of marine snow, the delicate rain of organic particles, dead plankton, and microscopic remains that drift endlessly down from the upper layers of the ocean. Imagine a creature with the terrifying name of Dracula, surviving by catching dust in the water. The paradox is both hilarious and fascinating. But don't let that fool you into thinking it's boring. The vampire squid is a living masterpiece of survival engineering. Its entire body is adapted to one of the harshest environments on Earth, the oxygen minimum zone. This is a layer of the ocean where oxygen levels are so low that most animals suffocate. Yet the vampire squid drifts here effortlessly, its metabolism slowed down to a crawl, its gills hyper-efficient, surviving in a place where almost nothing else can. Its body is gelatinous and nearly weightless, designed to float without wasting energy. Its skin is dark, sometimes deep red, sometimes almost black, helping it vanish into the eternal night of the deep ocean. Its huge eyes, proportionally the largest in the animal kingdom compared to body size, glow with eerie shades of blue or red, depending on the light. Imagine a creature with eyes like headlights, perfectly tuned for a world without sunlight. Now here, where things get truly surreal. When threatened, the vampire squid performs a defense strategy unlike any other animal. It folds its arms backward over itself, wrapping its body in its cloak-like webbing, turning inside out. The exposed arms reveal rows of sharp-looking spines, technically soft structures, but they look intimidating enough to scare away attackers. It transforms instantly from a delicate, drifting jelly-like creature into a nightmarish shape, like a living umbrella of terror. And if that isn't enough, it releases glowing blue bioluminescent clouds, sparking and pulsing through the water. It is as if the ocean itself had conjured a phantom fireworks display. The philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer once said, "The world is my idea." For the vampire squid, its world is nothing but darkness, pressure, and hunger. And yet, within that world, it has carved out a role so perfect that it has survived unchanged for hundreds of millions of years. Evolution has sculpted it not into a hunter or a fighter, but into something even rarer, a creature that thrives where others cannot even breathe. Think about this, most squids are active predators. They chase fish, they strike with lightning speed, their lives are a constant race. The vampire squid chose the opposite strategy. Instead of burning energy, it saves it. Instead of chasing prey, it waits. It became a minimalist in a world where extravagance means death. It is the monk of the deep, cloaked in shadows, living in a meditative stillness. And yet, for all its patience, the vampire squid is no weakling. Scientists have found it can withstand crushing pressures and thrive in oxygen levels as low as 3%. Humans would pass out in minutes in such conditions. Submarines struggle to operate here, yet the vampire squid drifts effortlessly, beating its fins slowly like wings. Imagine a world where each movement must be measured, where every flick of a fin must justify its cost in energy. This is the existence of the vampire squid, measured, deliberate, yet enduring. Let's return to its name, from hell. Why did scientists give it such a dramatic title? In the early 20th century, when researchers first pulled one up from the depths, they were horrified by its appearance. Blood-red body, cloak-like webbing, glowing eyes. It looked like a demon come to life. It was a moment where human imagination collided with reality, and reality turned out stranger. Mark Twain once wrote, Truth is stranger than fiction, but it is because fiction is obliged to stick to possibilities. Truth is. The vampire squid is exactly that kind of truth. If a filmmaker invented it, critics would laugh at how unrealistic it looked. And yet here it is, alive, thriving in Earth's most hostile waters. What's even more mind-bending is its evolutionary history. The vampire squid isn't a true squid, and it isn't an octopus. It belongs to its own ancient branch of cephalopods. That makes it a living fossil, a survivor of lineages that vanished hundreds of millions of years ago. It is like finding a dragonfly the size of a bird still flying today, or a dinosaur grazing quietly in your backyard. The vampire squid is a messenger from a lost age, reminding us how much of Earth's story remains hidden beneath the sea. Its reproductive strategy is equally unique. Unlike many squids that live fast, breed once, and die, the vampire squid can reproduce multiple times throughout its life. Females can store energy and lay eggs again and again, giving them a slow but steady reproductive rhythm. It's not about explosions of life, but about persistence. This strategy mirrors the creature's very essence, not flashy, not brutal, but steady and enduring. And here's something scientists recently discovered. The vampire squid doesn't hunt in the traditional sense. Instead of chasing prey, it uses filaments, sticky tentacle-like threads, to gather falling debris. It eats what the ocean gives. That's why some call it the janitor of the abyss. Imagine if a vampire didn't drink blood but swept up crumbs from the table of the dead. This strange irony is one of the reasons why the animal fascinates researchers worldwide. In the mythology of humans, vampires are feared as predators. In the reality of nature, the vampire squid is more of a recycler, quietly cleaning the oceans. In its own way, it is a guardian, ensuring that nothing goes to waste in the deep. Its horror mask name hides a peaceful truth. Next time you picture the deep ocean, don't think only of giant squids or monstrous sharks. Think of this delicate drifter, the vampire squid, cloaked like a phantom, glowing with its own blue light, surviving where almost nothing else can. It reminds us that not every nightmare is what it seems, and sometimes the scariest names belong to the gentlest souls. So the next time someone tells you the ocean is empty, remember, 5 kilometers below the surface, in the darkness where no sunlight has ever reached, lives a creature so bizarre, so ancient, and so misunderstood that scientists could only call it the vampire squid from hell. If this story amazed you, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Because the deeper we dive, the more we realize that Earth's oceans are stranger than any fiction we've ever written.